Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a nature reading for those of you with Sagittarius placement in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. I praise the creator of all, supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. I praise all of the spirits who died during slavery and the Middle Passage around the world, here in the United States, during Jim Crow, and today. Great Spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We ask that you hear the call of your child and come protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that you somehow give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Benevolent ancestors, open the gates of wealth to our people and guide us in the wisest and most effective ways to help all of Earth's children live harmoniously. Help us to remember we are part of the whole, part of God, part of each other. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, guys, let's get into this nature reading. Okay, I do this reading over on Patreon, and I've done it before here on YouTube, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you today. And I'm using two decks. I'm using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck as well as the Elemental Oracle deck. Okay, so let's get going. And I'm already seeing what I've been kind of seeing in your tarot. Like your word for the month, I feel, is expansion. All right, I just keep seeing this. And this is a card that I pulled over on Patreon in the last nature reading that I had done. So this energy keeps coming back up of you expanding, growing, okay? So whatever's in your life that is going to cause this expansion, give it energy. Go ahead and give it energy, okay? So, yeah, and I'm even seeing some love, but you guys be careful. Be careful about the love stuff, okay? If I'm just interpreting these cards from what I'm seeing, before I read them, I'll say this. We got Tarantula at the top. Okay, we have Fox at the bottom, all right? And your very first card out is Dragonfly, all right? So immediately when I see these two animals at the top and bottom, the funny thing about Fox in this deck, this is actually a partner you can depend on. I have a money and career oracle deck, and when there's the Beware card has a fox on it. And the fox is always something, an animal that's cunning, like trickster energy. But here in this animal spirit deck, this gives it the faithful companion, all right? But then we also have a tarantula, which weaves a web. Now these cards have their own meanings, but there may be an energy of that, someone that may want to trap you, okay? But if that's not for you, if you don't feel that for anybody, okay, but that could be an energy you should be aware of. All right, anybody trying to cause any traps. But I will go ahead and read what the cards mean. All right, so give me 1 sec. At the top of the deck, we have Tarantula. Okay, top of the deck, we have Tarantula. Let me get that for you. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, give me 1 second. Tarantula says, at a crossroad, claiming your life's purpose, all right? At a crossroad. And I said that yesterday when I saw the 10 of Wands. I said, I see that crossroad again. Okay, so at a crossroad, claiming your life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose, or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend, that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So when you are in balance, okay, when you're in balance in this tarantula energy, you follow your intuition. Ooh, and that's been coming up a lot for you guys about trusting your intuition, you know, watching the signposts and just headed to where God, your guides and angels and ancestors are directing you, okay? So yes, when you're in balance, you follow your intuition. When you're out of balance, you hesitate and you over-intellectualize, right? You're saying this thing, like I've been telling you guys, something that's in front of me that I can't see, you know, what the future's gonna be, so that must not be the thing I'm supposed to do, over-intellectualizing it. How can this make me, you know, grow and expand? And it will, okay? So it says to bring yourself into balance, do some daily journaling. And I guess what it's telling you to do is reflect. Reflect and see the patterns of your life, what you've gone through, repeated lessons. And now that this new thing has come, it should kind of show you that something is different in your pattern. You know, someone asked me in a group reading, how do you know how to trust your intuition? And I told her, I said, I know the rhythm of my life. So when things are really slow and stagnant, which they were for years for me, the same thing keeps happening. That's the rhythm, right? And then boop, something different happens. And it kind of shocks me because I go, that doesn't usually happen to me. Like that's something different that never happens to me. Or I never get guided to go this way, or constantly keep seeing and repeating whatever it is. Like when it happened for me for tarot, okay? So when that occurs, that tells me like the daily schedule has been interrupted. You know, sorry. You know, when your TV show gets interrupted by something or a storm thing, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to trust your intuition, to see your normal rhythm and then find out when it starts getting blipped, when there's a blip in my rhythm. So now I need to see what that's about, okay? And I should either go towards that. It's either, for me, normally it's things are changing and it's something good, not necessarily bad. Because you could tell, I mean, when you feel an intuitive negative thing, it feels negative. But it's the curiosity of, well, what was that change? And then that's where you go. So that's how I know to follow my intuition. I feel the rhythm. And then when something starts changing, I know my life is headed in a different direction. And I'll even say it even happened in my sex life, okay? So before I slowed down, when I would hook up, it would be so easy. And then after the relationship that sort of shifted me into a more spiritual trajectory, not that I was never spiritual before, but as things, you know, got more intense, after that relationship, I thought I could go back to the way things were. And every hookup, every time I tried to hook up with somebody, it became a headache or a hassle or something weird or manipulative. And I'm like, this is just sex. Like, how did this get so complicated? When I realized that the way my sex life had just changed, how people were changing, it's not so easy to just hook up anymore, was when I said, oh, I guess I'm not supposed to be having as much sex anymore. Like, oh, my sex life is changing, or I'm going to be having less sex because it's so much more difficult to do it. Whereas before it would just be like, okay, let's go, you know? So that's what I mean when you need to trust the rhythm. You know your rhythm. You know what normally goes on in your life. And when things start changing, that means you're entering into new cycles, okay? So trust your intuition. Where were we? So that was the top of the deck with Tarantula. Let's go to the bottom with Fox. All right, Fox. Okay, give me 1 second. Fox says... Fox. Okay. Fox says smart, strong partner or mate. Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. All right, it says, the fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go round, okay? Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us to stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. So, when you're in balance, you are magical, an ingenious teacher, and monogamous. When you're out of balance, you're sneaky and unsure of the other person's identity. To bring yourself into balance, you need partnership and connection. Okay? So, yesterday, in your third row, you had the Six of Cups and you had the Two of Cups. And I told you that was deep, some deep love. At the top of the deck, you had the Page of Swords. Underneath that, Lovers in the upright. And I said, hey, whoever this mentor is, this could actually turn into a love relationship, right? So for some of you out there, that's exactly what could happen. That could very well happen. But remember, we had the Ace of Pentacles in reverse after that Six of Cups, Two of Cups. And I said that could be a bump in the road. Other people might have jealousy issues and different things like that. So if it doesn't turn out that way, don't be upset. Let things play out the way they should. But also, because I don't want to be pessimistic, but I can't help it. It's the Pisces in me. This tarantula, even though I know it's a crossroad, outside of that, just be careful. Some people may help you in a way that's all they're supposed to do. You know, really read the people who come into your life. I see you guys growing and becoming more independent. So there could be people that help you, and then maybe your shadow, my shadow says, hey, let's hook up, let's do something. But it's not meant for that, maybe. You know, there could be some kind of strong soulmate energy. Obviously, anybody who comes in and helps you in this capacity is in your soul family. But everybody in our soul family, you know, sometimes they drop off. They're not meant to carry us all the way through. And if you're noticing an unhealthy pattern in the person that is genuinely helping you, just be aware of it and don't get distracted by it. Okay? I'm not going to tell you how to work a relationship or do all of that. But, you know, use your intuition and know what's unhealthy, not healthy, and causing a distraction. If you feel yourself spending less time, you know, giving energy to the project or thing that's making you excited because you are off doing whatever with this person, bring it back. Bring the focus back, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Yeah, because love is sticky, it's messy, it's a lot of emotions, and you guys really, I see even with this energy of the lion, you really need to be focused. Very, very focused, okay? Okay, guys, so let's jump into the spread. All right, your first card out is Dragonfly. Dragonfly says, Master of Light, Illusion, and the Mind, okay? The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe, okay? The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, and a symbol of the mind as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perceptions. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. So when you're in balance, you see clearly, you're joyful, and you're magical. When you're out of balance, you can't concentrate, and your mind is busy. To bring yourself into balance, focus on the breath, okay? Like in meditation, excuse me, guys. Focus on your breath to bring stillness and calm. So this talks about Master of Light, Illusion, and the Mind. And I believe that could be talking about not seeing either a person clearly or a situation, your project, a choice. What was it? Tarantula talked about a crossroad. So Dragonfly could be saying, you know, at this place, at this crossroad, you may not be seeing things clearly. You know, this cloudiness of the mind, now you don't know which way to go, right? Okay? So you need to calm the mind to let the light of wisdom come through. Because there's something I'm feeling a lot about underestimating and overestimating, okay? Either underestimating something you're doing, overestimating someone or someone's, other people, thinking that, you know, they can provide some sense of safety, security, that you just need, you know, a certain someone, and you might not. Okay, you might not need a particular person. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about this fox energy. this mentor that may help you. You're going to need that person, but there could be people in your past, or that should be in your past, that you're not ready to leave yet, since you're at this crossroad, or a job you're not ready to leave yet. Something you need to move on from, that this master of light and illusion is calling it out. Okay? You need to have a clear mind. You need to also, Dragonfly makes me feel like some of you all need to learn how to master your thoughts in general. Like the thoughts that are running through your mind, okay? You need to be more aware of them and be the master of what you allow yourself to think, you know, instead of kind of like going on autopilot, all right? Next card is Lion. Lion, all right, let me get this for you. Lion. Lion says, patient, regal, a complete master. All right, that's 2 times we got the word master here. Dragonfly says master of light. Lion says complete master, patient, regal. And I told you yesterday in your tarot reading that you guys were becoming a master at something. You're going to master something, right? So, all right, this is the energy. You really are leaders and going to be masters in your field and in your craft, okay? So it says the lion is the master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. Okay, some of you guys are spiritual leaders, okay? This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. And I told you, you guys gonna have haters. You will be intimidating people, okay? All right, so it inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise. And that, oh my gosh, that's funny too, because for some of you, I told you, you need to have some strategy around what other people are trying to do or scheme and plot on you, right? So you need to be more observant, have a keener eye. Be stealth and precise in your words and actions. Do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. So again, like, you know, while others are hating and being jealous, they can be masters in whatever their craft or gift or talent is, just like you can. You just have the ability to go ahead and believe in yourself and to transform. You said, I want to change. This is what I was talking about earlier about the rhythm of your life changing. So you just go with it. Go with the new you, where the energy is telling you where to go. This is what's going to create you. This is what's going to allow you to be a master. So those who get upset about it, it's like, well, just follow the rhythm of your life. You know, I'm not stealing from you by becoming great. Okay? So when you're in balance, you are the epitome of peace and strength. When you're out of balance, you are withdrawn and you can be too serious. To bring yourself into balance, you need daily meditation and friendship. And that's good, because we got this faithful fox at the bottom. So we might have a friend coming in, all right? Okay. And the last card for our animal, for the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck is the serpent, sea serpent. Okay, let me get this for you. Sea serpent. Sea serpent. Here we go. Sea serpent. Healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. Healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. So, the sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us to move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other areas, it places floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. Again, with this energy of being able to accept yourself, especially your emotional, creative, sensual, sexual self. So guys, because, and I'm gonna just bring it back to sexuality. Your identity is important for you to acknowledge it and to be who you are, because that is causing a creative block in some of you. Okay? If it's not your sexuality, sometimes it could even be like healing sexual traumas or embracing your sexuality. All of these things around sex and creativity, they need to be more healthy, less judgmental, okay? Because it's causing a block. And it's something that needs to not be ignored, because even our traumas, our joys, all of that stuff, they're all lessons. And I can't remember whether it was the Starseed reading, and it probably was that chakra card talking about going back and, about your lessons. Because one of these cards talked about journaling, which is the reflecting. And, some of you need to reflect on certain experiences that happen, because you could be building a wall. And that could also be the thing about Dragonfly, what's going on in the mind. You could have built walls and structures around these experiences because you don't want to feel them or look at them, but they're kind of busting out and causing confusion and mayhem in you. And you don't know how they're getting out, right? Look at these things, because they could be blocking you or hindering the way you express yourself. And if you either heal or accept these things, it could make things move faster for you and bring more peace, okay? Because some of you may not know why you feel out of order, out of place. And it could be because you're walling up something, all right? You are actually being the master illusionist to yourself, because you don't want to look at something or feel something, okay? So, all right. I'll leave it there. Let's get into these elemental oracle cards. All right, your first card for your elemental oracles is North. All right, and that's card number 1. 1 is identity again, okay? But this card talks about expansion. So give me 1 second. And this was the card that this card and the last card here, 35. I pulled both these cards over on Patreon. Okay, but you know what? Before I read expansion, let me read what's at the bottom of the deck. We have 18, solidity. Because here we got the mind again. Something else about something breaking out of the mind. All right, and Dragonfly talking about illusions, right? And the mind. So give me 1 sec. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get that before we do card number 1. Inner core. Inner core says, stay constant in your endeavors. Do not stop your progress. Seek those who are reliable and solid. Keep your promises. The greatest power is from the inside out. Right. Something's breaking out. Something is definitely breaking out. And I was telling you earlier in the beginning of the reading not to get distracted by anything. Keep moving forward. Seek those who are reliable and solid. Fox is saying that this is somebody you can depend on, all right? And then, like we were just saying, there's something busting out of this mind, whether it be creativity or the things you're hiding, okay? But also the divinity is coming out. We got a dove there. Your divinity is breaking out. But the only way to help your divinity get loose is to be okay with our, 3D personality and, our shadow and, putting the ego in its place. Being comfortable with all these things. And then that allows, that allows the divinity to go free. That allows the creativity to be unleashed. Okay? All right. So, what's at the top of the deck? Biome. This was another card that I saw over on Patreon. This card, and anytime I see something about nature, as far as like vegetation, it's leading me to tell you guys got to eat your vegetables. And I just started back up. I sauteed some kale and a bell pepper, and because I'm not a big cook, but I had to get some vegetables in, and just I got mental clarity. I was able to sleep a little bit better. My mind was more calm. I wasn't scrolling through my phone. I like literally realized like I'm not scrolling in my phone right now. Like I feel peace up in my head, all because I ate some vegetables. So get your vegetables in, people. That could be something that could really be a game changer for you as far as your mood, your attitude, your energy. All right, get your vegetables in. Okay, so let's get card number 1, North. And that's talking about expansion. Okay, North says, be guided, but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know what you know, okay, and what you know is true. So be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It's time for true adventure. Focus and honesty. We've been talking about the mind being able to focus. I'm telling you guys, be honest about the situations that you may be hiding, about your identity, okay, to overcome certain obstacles. It says, you know your true north. You know that you know your true north, right? And that reminds me of the compass card that I pulled. It was an oracle card in your tarot reading about, following true north, okay? So we may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It's time for true adventure. Yeah, right. Okay. So don't be afraid to explore, especially things that you think I would never do. I would never do this, but I keep getting moved to go do that thing. The other thing I want to say is the first sentence says, be guided, but do your research. Let whoever's going to help you. Do your research on people before they come into your life, whatever the case may be. But just because you have a mentor doesn't mean that you have to do everything they do. I think you should take their suggestions. You should take what worked for them and see if it works for you. It really could be the fact that this person just comes into your life and gives you the energy to actually focus, okay? You may find how to do something just for the simple fact that this person, because I know they're around, I'm actually focusing on this thing more, right? So you may find things that literally work for you that this other new person that comes in may not even tell you about. So because you know what works for you, don't throw it away because you hear you could also do it like this. And that's fine. I could do it like that. But I know when I do it this way, it actually works. Okay? So just also trust yourself as you receive help, criticisms, constructive criticisms, whatever the case may be. Remember what you know for you to be true. Okay? Yes. 24 is your next card. It's wind. Okay? And it says change. Change. Now, above that is lion, and lion just said that this is a master of transformation. So change. Give me 1 second. Get this for you. Okay. Change. Resisting change is useless. Be prepared for a change. Be prepared for a change in direction. You have been warned of change, so believe it. All right, so this seems like there may be a drastic change that's happening. So because it could be drastic, you have been warned. So don't act like you don't know what's about to happen in your life. When things start to fall apart, break down, it's not for you to start spiraling down. Don't spiral down because things are going to change. It's been a long time coming and things should have changed. Some of you have been repeating patterns and lessons over and over and over again that you already know, this is getting me nowhere. So whatever's about to break down, let it fall. Let it fall, okay? All right, your last card is rain. And that says fecundity. Rain. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me get this for you. Rain. The conditions of greater prosperity are being met. Know that all will be well. Cleanse yourself of old, outdated views. You have everything you need to grow. Let yourself be cleansed, okay? Prosperity, expansion and prosperity. We started off with expansion. We're ending with prosperity. and you gotta let go of what's not serving you. Let the rain wash it away. It's being blown away and then washed away, okay? Let it all happen. Embrace it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't even be afraid of the things that are busting out of your mind, okay? That want to break free that you've been hiding, okay? Don't be afraid of those things either, because they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to constantly bother you until you address it, all right? Yeah. And remember, you are becoming a master. So it's important that all these things happen. It's like you can't be a master with all of this old life stuff, you know, repeating lessons that we've already learned from, hiding who we truly are when we know, you know, I'm so much more than me being afraid of, you know, what people think of me kind of thing, right? Get comfortable with your creativity, your sexuality, your sensuality, okay? All of that. All right, guys? So that's what I have for you. If it resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to book is in the description box below. If you would like to book a 30-minute recorded reading with me, go ahead and email me your name, your full name and your date of birth. After you pay, I will email you a link back of your 30-minute reading. The next group reading we have is going to be October 15th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the last one for the month will be on the 24th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys. And anyone who's donated, thank you. I really do appreciate your donations. I had written down a name and I don't have it next to me right now. I can't find it. Someone definitely donated to my PayPal, and I know someone else donated to the Cash App, and I really do appreciate it. And in the next reading, I will be mentioning you by name. So I'm sorry about that I don't have your name in front of me. But thank you. Thank you for your donations. Love you guys, okay? All right, I'll see you later and enjoy your day.